The Chaos Gods speak to me. It's time to unleash Combat Patrol Carnage! Hello and welcome back to another episode of Combat Patrol Carnage, and it's time for the Chaos Space Marines, who have now recently got their faction rules and their enhancements, stratagems and secondaries to face off against the Aeldari, who they've been working up to this big battle ever since the past 20 issues started. Kind of late getting the rules of them. Would have been nice if we had it earlier, and it's nice though that we are getting the Orc rules in the next couple of issues. So once we complete that Death Dread, we'll be able to take our Orc Combat Patrol into a full game of Combat Patrol with all their rules, ready to face off against one of the other four armies, which I think I'm going to have to roll a d8 for to see which one's going to be. I think 1 to 2 Space Marines, 3 to 4 Tyranids, 5 to 6 Aeldari, 7 to 8 Chaos, and we'll let fate decide who the Orcs' enemies are going to be. That won't be until next delivery though, as it will be issue 51 with the paint issue from that delivery before we start looking at the Votan. Seeing as we've got a few issues ahead, if you want to suggest an army for the Orcs to face, drop it in the comment section down below. Do you want to see the classic Orc versus Space Marine combat? Do you want to see Xenos versus Xenos? Or do you want to see the Orcs face off against the powers of Chaos? Let me know in the comment section down below, and of course don't forget to do the usual as well, so like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Finally then, before we hit the table and roll our dice, Combat Patrol Carnage is proudly sponsored by warbay.shop, your one-stop supply for all your hobby needs. They stock everything you need for getting started and expanding your forces, to adding your final details of paints and hobby supplies as well. They also stock Combat Patrol magazine and other past partworks from Hachette. So if there's some issues you're missing, check out the link in the video description, and if you want to, you can also head down to their physical store. Right, let's head to the table and swear our dark packs as we got the Chaos Space Marines facing off against the Aeldari. So here we are all set up ready to play Archeotech Recovery with the Aeldari and the Chaos Space Marines. So for setup, what we've got is we've got our two halves of our Chaos Legionnaires squad, the shooty guys here, the Apostle and close combat guys over there. Hellbrutes sort of hiding in the middle to avoid early damage from heavy weapons. Havocs are sitting back, so they've got a good view of the battlefield, and that's pretty much it for the Chaos Space Marines. Enhancements wise, we've gone for Infernal Blessings for the 5+ Feel No Pain on the Dark Apostle. He'll probably need it once his squad's gone. I can never remember if Feel No Pain benefits the squad he's with or not. I know it used to in the older rules, but I don't think it does for 10th edition. And as for their objective, well, we've gone for Champions of the Dark Gods, so the Apostle will get points for killing enemies. And for the Aeldari, we've all gone basic, so Ineffable Agenda, controlling objective markers that we didn't previously control. Points for that, and we've gone for Foresight, so once per turn I can target the Farseers unit, which is the Guardians, with Fire Overwatch for 0 CP. If you're in range of an objective marker, we hit on 4+, otherwise we'll hit on 5+, so improved Overwatch is going to be good. So the roll-off was Chaos Space Marines. They chose to be the defenders. And they also won the first turn. So all we're going to do left now is roll for fate dice before we begin the rest of the game. Not too bad a pool. Could be a bit better. I think I will sacrifice 1 and go for a reroll. That's not much better, but you know what? I'm going to do it again. Down to 10 dice. Let's hope we get a little better on the roll with this one. You know what? I'm going to keep that. That's pretty good. We got 3 6s. They'll come in handy. We've also got 2 4s, a 5, a 3, and a couple of low results, which might come in handy. So I've done the housework, and we're ready to begin. Chaos Space Marines, turn 1. So we've moved up. There's no abilities to really do at the moment, but we are going to do some shooting, and we've got everyone has a clear shot, at least as one guy. So we'll do some shooting here. So we've got the 4 bolt guns, so 2 shots each. Oh, first off, we're going to do a Dark Pact, and we'll go for, I think we'll go for the lethal hits. So after we resolve our attacks, we do our leadership. Sweet. So we'll do 4 shots of our bolt guns, 8 shots of our bolt guns, hitting on 3s. Have the Legionnaires card for easiness. Oh, could have done with a sustain there. Got a 6. Look at that. And then it's strength 4, tough 4, so 4's the wound. Oh, lethal hit says 1/6. There is going to be a no save, so that's going to be an auto wound. And only 1 other wound. So Aeldari. Let's just roll. Oop. And apparently that dice doesn't want to be in the game. But we pass our save, so only the 1 wound at the moment, putting him on a single wound, which I won't mark for the moment because we still got the heavy bolter. So 3 shots hitting on 4s. Oh, there's the last lethal hit that we needed. And now we need to wound on a 3 for the other shots that hit, and it does. So that will kill the wounded jet bike. Actually, no, lethal hits resolve after normal shots. So we chance a save, which we don't because it's -1 from the heavy bolter. So yeah, that lethal will kill. And then we take another lethal, which I'll mark this time. Just use a D8. As we've got another bike on 1 wound. Now we need to take a leadership test with that unit. So leadership of 6+. They're good. The Dark Gods are not going to take their souls today. I've got no other shooting really, because most of the Havoc guns go through the terrain feature, which gives sight blocking, so no good there. And that'll be it. So moving over to Aeldari, turn 1. So before we kick off anything, I will roll for fortune. So on a 2+, it goes off. It does. So we'll put fortune down on our Guardian Defender squad. Now we'll do the remainder of the housework off camera and do the movement. So after that, we've gained a new 6 for our fate dice. We're still not needing to score objective points at the moment, so we are sitting comfortably. I'm going to sit back with the Guardians for the moment, not rush them forward too quickly. We've put the jet bikes in a position where they're going to be able to control the objective, and our Wraith Lord has moved up as well. The jet bikes are all going to try and whittle down the Havocs, as we know if we leave them alone they're going to cause a lot of damage to us. So it's not going to get us our rerolls, but it's still going to hopefully do some much needed damage. So we'll do the squad up top that's fully healthy. So we've got 2 shuriken catapults, and before I forget, stratagems. So yeah, we'll drop a command point for Stormer shots on both of those units. So we can re-roll, add 1 to our hit rolls. So normally hitting on 3s, we'll hit on 2s. So nice. All hit with our shuriken catapults. Strength 4, tough 5 of the havocs. So I'm going to drop a 5 from the fate pool. So 1 is going to be an auto wound. Can we get any others? Twin linked. You can get 1 extra. So that's 2 saves on the havocs. We'll put it onto the champion as he's probably going to be the least valuable of the unit. He has passed both even of that -1. We get 6 shots then with our scatter laser. Hitting on 2s. And strength 6, toughness 5, so freeze. That's fine. 3 wounds, normal save of 3+. Ooh, we have failed 1. Well, come on, re-roll it as we got points. Saved. Second jet bike unit, we've only got 1 catapult, so hitting on 2s. And we'll drop a 6 for the auto wound, so 1 save at -1. 4+, no. And we've used our reroll, so that's going to be a wound, and we have a total of 2. So 1 on the champion, and then we've got our 6 shots from our scatter laser, hitting on 2s. Everything. Wounding on 3s. Not bad. 5. So we've now got to make 1 save on the champion. 1 save on the champion, and he's gone. And now we've got 3 saves on the squad. So 2 at a time on the heavy bolter. Ouch, he's gone already. And 1 on the chain cannon is going to be the next least useful. Saved. Wow, ouch, we've took some heavy damage from that. Well done, jet bikes. We've got the Bright Lance, and are we in any range? Yes, just for the shuriken catapult. So single shot for the Bright Lance. It's on a 4, it does. Kills on a 2. It does, and I think it's time, seeing as we have him, we will drop our last command point for Empiric Rights. We've just been the target of a shooting attack, so we now have a 4+ invuln save. So that would have been a kill from the Bright Lance with its minus a lot, -3. So we now have a 4+ save, which we still don't make. And it's d6 + 2 damage, which will be enough to kill a Chaos Space Marine. And we got the Shuriken Catapults, which are 2 shots each. And hits on 4s. Wounds on 4s. Just the 1. -1 and a single damage, so 4 up either way. And we fail. 1 damage, ouch. That'll be, well, actually, hang on, we are. Yeah, those guys are visible to us, so we'll fire the Star Cannon, 36-inch range. Yep, 24, perfect. So hits on 3s. I'm going to drop my only 3, so guarantees 1 hit. And the other one misses. But now we do have to roll to wound, which is going to be a 2 because we're double. It wounds. Sweet. 4+ invuln. No! Second Marine dead to the squad. But they're still alive-ish. Well, there we go. That's it for Aeldari turn 1, and well, the game turn 1. So not a lot's gone down. We've lost a few models each side. And now it's time for Chaos Space Marine turn 2. And we can start scoring and turning up the heat. Okay, so Chaos has scored 10 points. We've moved up all the units we want to move up. And now it's time to start opening up our volleys. So we're going to do 2 shots for each of our bolt guns. And I think we'll go with dark packs and lethal hits again. So hitting those jet bikes on freeze. Actually, no, not. We're going to, as we've got command points, drop a command point and we'll do subtract 1 from the hit roll. So goodbye your dark packs. So that 3 becomes a 2, that 6 becomes a 5, and those become 3. So 3 hits on bolt guns and 4s to wound, just a 2. And both are saved. Sweet. Heavy bolter. I forget that it has sustained hits standard. So we didn't move this time, so we do hit on freeze, which is -1, which doesn't help. So, okay. Yay. Havocs then. So we've got the Reaper chain cannon, if it's 8 shots. Going at the jet bikes over here this time. Try and whittle them out. He's hit on freeze. If they want to do the -1, they're going to spend another command point, which I don't think they want to. They want to keep that 1 CP for something else, I think. Try and be strategic here. Hitting on freeze then. Not bad. No special rules to this. And I haven't decided to do a dark pack. It's a bit late now because I've just rolled my hit rolls. So strength 5, toughness 4, freeze. Ooh, that's a lot of wounds. 5 of them. Minus nothing. So we'll drop 1/4 for a guarantee save, meaning 4 3+ saves to make. And we've lost the wounded bike. Unless I want to command reroll that. I don't think I do. Alright, the las cannon. I've already missed the chance to do malicious volleys, so this is going to be hitting on a 3. But I can waste my command point for command reroll. I knew it'd happen like that. Crack missile. Of course that don't hit either. Right, Hellbrute Plasma Cannon then into the Guardians. 36-inch range, we're definitely in range because they were in range of the Chaos Space Marine squad. Yeah, they're closer than they were. So D3 shots, just the 1. Hits on a 3. It doesn't. Hazardous. Safe. And because we can, we've got pistols and we've even got a melter gun going into them. Leadership test for them, 6+. They're fine for that. And they'll do dark packs and we will do sustained hits on our pistols, I think. So we've got 2 bolt pistols, Apostles and Breaker Guy. So the Apostles all hit on freeze, so that's fine. All hits on freeze. Missing 1, strength 4, tough 4 4s, wounds 3+. Ooh, failed. 1 wound on 1 guy. We got a Plaza pistol. Doesn't get sustained, but hits and wounds on a 3. Wounds. And plasma standard shot is -2, so we are in cover. So we get +1 for that. 5 up, no. 1 dead bike. And finally we've got the melter gun. Hits our 3. Does. Sweet. And strength 8, toughness 4, so 2s. Yeah, it does. -4. So luckily with the +1, it's down to a 6 up. And it's made. That is it for Chaos shooting then. Just the leadership test for the Dark Packs over there. And they're fine. Right, with that, on to Aeldari, turn 2. So just like the Chaos Space Marines, we scored 10 points for holding 2 objectives, as I killed off the guy that was in range of this objective, so I didn't get maximum 15. So game is a draw. We got another 4 for our Fate Dice pool from the Guardian squad there. They're still sitting back and holding on to things. Wraithlord has moved out, ready to go at the Hellbrute, so have a walker off. These jet bikes are just shimmied around a bit so they can actually get the guns to bear down on the Chaos Space Marines, and this jet bike fell back for safekeeping. So with that, it's on to all of the shooting. So we'll start with the Wraithlord, I think. So Bright Lance first. Oh, no. 2 Shuriken Catapults. Oh, not bad. Wounding on 6s. No. That's fine. We'll do the Star Cannon from the Guardians at the Hellbrute as well. We'll roll for these, I think. Hitting on 3s. And, yeah, no, I should have Fate Diced one of those. Let's Commandery roll one of them. There we go. Into a 3. Strength 8, toughness 9. So it's still a 5 to wound, which I'm going to spend a 6 to guarantee that wound. So -3 to the Hellbrute is going to be a 5 up save. And he makes it on a 6. We've got our jet bikes then, so 1 Shuriken Catapult, I believe. Yep, looking down at it. They are the technically the closest. Who are they? No, 3 inches to the Hellbrute, 5 to the Chaos Legionnaires, so they're not going to get rerolls. 1 hit, twin linked, no wounds. And then 6 shots to the Scatter Laser. 2 misses, if I can pick them up. Wounding on 3s. Just the 1. No AP, 3 up armor save. Failed. Okay. That is 1 wound on our icon bearer. Not that he can bear the icon very well. And this guy can't actually see any targets, so he can't shoot. Actually, am I in range for Eldritch Blast from the Farseer, who's right at the back? He is. Let's try and soften up that Hellbrute a bit more. So, D6 shots of Eldritch Storm. 2. I should have rolled a Fate Dice perhaps for that, if I can. Freeze. Both hit. And gonna need... I'll sacrifice a 6 for 1, and that's the fail on the second. So 1 wound again, -2, down to a 4 up from its 2 up. Saved. And D3 damage would have been nice to soften up the Hellbrute, but he's still alive. Into the charge phase then, the Wraithlord is going to need a 6. He gets just the 6. So he's in. Boom. So we'll go with our strike. So 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Oh, all of them. Okay, that Hellbrute is dead. Strength 10, toughness 9, so freeze. All of them again! Oh, this hell brute is not going to last. So -3. 2 up, down to a 5 up. Could I have done? No, because there's only infantry that gets the 5 plus 4 up in Von. So 3 have failed. I've saved 1. These are 3d6 plus 1, and we need a good 8. It's doable. Wow, that's off camera, but yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 wounds. Sorry, Hellbrute, but you're dead. Ow. He does have Deadly Demise on a 6. No, what the? Sorry about that. There's a death copter flying low, checking the electric pylons, electric lines around the village, just above the farm. So that's not very nice. So the last thing to do is to consolidate after a victorious combat, and we can actually consolidate straight into these guys, which I guess would allow them to pile in an attack, seeing as they haven't had the chance. But I don't think they're going to do much damage to me anyway. So they'll pile in. And we'll let them fight. So 3 attacks on the chainsword. Is it? Nope, 4 attacks on the chainsword. Hits on freeze. We finally get to use Dark Zealotry, so add 1 to wound roll. So could be useful because I'm strength 4, toughness a lot, so it would be 6s, so 5s. It does, yay! Wound of a chainsword, -1, 3 plus save. Saved. 4 attacks with the accursed weapon, hits on freeze. And this is really loud. Cool. Cool, he is literally right outside my window. Why is it always when I do filming in the afternoon something happens? 2 hits gone through the accursed weapon, strength 6, still it's going to be 6s, but 5s, just the 1. -2 this time. So 4 up save, saved. Wraithlord's having a good day today. And then we've got 5 attacks, no, 3 attacks from the close combat weapon, which aren't going to do much. Freeze, followed by 5s, nope. Now 5 attacks on the Acrosius, hitting on 2s, everything. Wounding on 5s because of Dark Zealotry, so yep, the one leading unit contains add 1 to the wound roll. So 5s instead of 6s. Nothing. That's fine. And with that, that's the end of Aeldari turn 2. So let's get on with Chaos Space Marines turn 3. Because this is important, it's now the 3rd battle round, we need to determine a random objective to disappear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Central objective will disappear at the start of the next round. And on to movement. So we've moved up with the Chaos Space Marines here. They're going to shoot the jet bikes. These guys have fallen back, so they're still on the objective. And now to combat the Wraithlord, who's going to get the full frontal assault of the las cannon and the missile launcher. The rotatory cannon will go for the jet bikes. So, with that onto shooting, I'll do the Chaos Space Marines here first. And sustained hits failed last time, so we'll go back to doing lethal hits. 8 shots on our bolt guns. Missing 3, but we do have a lethal. And wounding on 4s. So 3 saves to make first. 2 fails, that's 1 bike instantly gone. And then we'll keep the 6, because by rights you're supposed to do it after all other attacks have been allocated. So as we move to hitting on 4s, we've got another lethal and 1 hit, wounding on 3s, doesn't wound. So all regular shooting has done, 2 lethal hits, wipe out the remaining jet bike there. Alright, so rotary cannon now has no target as I'd pre-selected it, so it's over to the Havocs anyway. And we're dropping a command point for malicious volleys as we're going to need it. We're going to gun down this brute here. We reroll hit rolls of 1 until the end of the phase. If the enemy target was below half strength, we reroll all hit rolls. Las cannon. I should take that really, because it'll probably be... It's a 1, so I get to reroll that. I'll stop bouncing out. There we go, we hit. Sweet. And we're strength for the las cannon. 12 against toughness 11, so wounding on 3s. Oh, I'm not taking that. Come on, reroll. Still a 2, okay. Fine, missile launcher. Oh, really? Right. Hits. Strength 9, toughness 11, so 5s. No, nothing. Okay, so we've wasted a fallback and a lot of shooting and 2 command points. And that Wraith Lord's just going to turn up the heat and go back to us next turn, because it's now over to Aeldari turn 3. So here we go, let's do the housekeeping. I just remembered we had secondary objectives, and the Aeldari have totaled up 9 points, because they held 1, 2... That's the same thing. Okay, so only be 6 points, sorry. So they totaled up an additional 6 points because they had 2 objectives at the start of a turn, ended a turn which they didn't control previously, and we've also had a bonus one here, so 3 points for that, 3 points for that. Hopefully we can get another objective if we wipe out that Chaos Space Marine squad, which we're going to do very soon. We got a 1 on our fate dice, not very good, and I think the Guardian's going to have to start making a manoeuvre out onto the battlefield, because one of those 2 objectives are going to be the remaining objective. We'll see, we've got quite a bit of movement. What we'll do is we'll move out into the centre here, so 7 puts us there. We didn't get fortune off this turn as well, which is kind of annoying, so I guess as we're not in any combat, we're fine. To make charging easier, let's move so we're just about within 3 of those guys. And let's do some shooting. So, Bright Lance hits, 2s, hit wounds. I'm going to save the command point for the combat. We'll take it on the poor guy who's going to die. So, -3. Oh, we save on a 6. Nice. 4 shots with a shuriken catapults, hitting on 4s. 2 wounding on 4s. Just the 1. -1, so a 4-up save this time. And that one is failed. I'm saving my command point for that invulnerable save. Jet bike here can't actually see anything, because I still play by the rules that these are blocking. That's it. Charges then. Wraith Lord needing a 4. A 5 is fine. That gets us into the Dark Apostle. Splat. Alright, we'll do our sweep attack this time round. So 8 hits, 8 dice, hitting on 4s. Ooh, only 3. We'll command point for Empiric Rights now, so don't forget. And Strength 7, Toughness 4, freeze. All of them've gone through at least. -2 and 2 damage, so they're going to kill individual models. So, Melter Gun, 4 up in Vuln, dead. Aspiring Champion, 4 up in Vuln, saved. Aspiring Champion, 4 up in Vuln, dead. So that's just the Apostle now on his own. Sweet, he's Feel No Pain will kick in. He gets a strike back. He's no longer leading a unit, so he doesn't get the +1 to wound. So it's going to be 2s to hit at least. And we still miss 3 times. And we wound on 6s. We get 1. -1. 3 up. No, failed. Sweet, we've done some damage. Immediately 2. Two damage. And we got 2 dudes that can fight with their close combat weapons, hitting on 4s. Both hit. Winning on 6s. Nothing. He is going to need... Well, he's gone back to his base unit size now, so he no longer counts for battle shock. So that's good, at least. But anyway, end of the turn, this objective disappears. And we move to Chaos Space Marines at turn 4. And the Aeldari now need to choose a random one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is going to be disappearing at the end of the battle round, meaning all is going to be focusing on this one. So we need to try and get rid of that blasted Wraith Lord. So with that, Chaos Space Marines, let's get the admin out of the way and we'll get on to movement and shooting. So end of movement phase, the Apostle, despite the fact it's kind of cowardly, he's fallen back. Chaos Space Marine Legionnaires moved up. The Havocs have just realigned their guns. Now it's time for some Dark Packs. So we're going to go for lethal hits as we want to make sure we auto wound that Wraith Lord. We need to get it down because that objective is going to be worth 10 at the end of the battle if we can control it. So hitting on freeze. We got a lethal. Wounding on 6s of bolt guns. And the regular wound. Nice. So save on a 2+. Yes. So regular wound is discounted, but we have got a lethal. 3 shots and heavy bolter, hitting on 4s because we moved. Just a 1 hit. Wounding off 5? No, 6 still. Because even strength 5 is going to be over double. So that's fine. Leadership tests then. They're fine. And an extra wound has gone straight through. So this guy is putting him to 3. Right. 8 rotary cannon shots. Just because we can. I was going to say Dark Packs are going to go for lethal hits. There's 2 of them. And I will also drop the command point, just thinking about it, to reroll 1s, as I've got 2 1s there. So that's not too bad. And then strength 9, toughness 12, no 11, so 9? No, we're 6, aren't we? No, 5, so yeah, double. So 6s, an extra 1. So this one he can save on a 2. he can't. So he loses 1 for that, and puts into 4 taken. And then he's going to take another 2 lethals. Las Cannon. It hits. Wounds on 3. Wounds, yes. And this is where he saves it. It's -3, so 2 down to a 5. He doesn't save it. Doesn't say he can't be affected by command reroll, unlike the Wraith Guard. So he's going to take a command reroll. Saved. And then the missile launcher. Reroll hits of 1 into a regular hit. And wounding on 5s, because it's strength 9 to toughness 11. It wounds. Nice. This one is -3. No, -2. So 4 up save. No. And this is d6 damage. Oh, come on. Still 5, that's good enough for me. So he takes 5, putting him up to 9. And he has a total of 10 wounds, so those 2 extras will finish him off. Does he deadly demise? No, he doesn't. That was a 3. Wraith Lord down. Meaning the Guardians are going to have to leg it. But we've still got quite a lot of guys on our side of the board. So with that, it's over to Aeldari, turn 4. So Fortune is on the Guardians, which is good. They're going to need it to help them survive. And we've got a measly 2 on our fate dice. So we ain't got a lot we can play with fate dice wise. 5 useless dice and 3 valuable dice. Alright, so shooting, we've only got 2 Guardians. I'm going to count the platform as blocked. Although technically it's not. It can see right off that corner. So yeah, we'll allow it. And we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4 Guardians in that case. So 6 Guardians in total. So that's 12 shots. With their shuriken catapults hitting on command points. Yeah. Well, storm of shots. So we add 1 to our hit rolls. 3s. 1s don't count, but 2s become 3s. Strength 4. Toughness 4. 4s. That is enough to kill the apostle if he fails it. But we do have the disciples to save first. So 4 invuln on the first disciple saved. Failed. 5+ feel no pain. No. First disciple is dead. So that's 2. 3 left. 4+ on the next disciple. 4+ on the next disciple. No. 5+ feel no pain. No. So that means a 4+ on the apostle. He's saved. So he has lost his disciples. Annoyingly though, he has now got 2 star cannon shots to his face. Both hitting. And I'm going to use one of my 2s actually for a guaranteed wound, because I'm bound to roll a 1. Nope, and I roll another 2, so that's sweet. Both of them have wounded. So both have wounded. 4+ invuln then. Made 1, failed 1, 2 damage, 2 5 up, feel no pains. Made neither of them. So the apostle is down to, wow, 2 wounds remaining. Jet bike then is going to shoot at the You know what? Yeah, Apostle as well. Both missing. That's fine. And end of shooting phase, I'm going to drop a command point for Zephyr Swift on the Guardians, meaning they can make a move of up to 6, which, boom, gets them right on the objective. And with that, it's the end of turn 4, meaning this objective disappears, and it's now the fight for the final objective. So, on to Chaos Space Marine, turn 5. So I forgot to add the Aeldari's command points. They would have had 10 last turn because they held the sticky objective and they held this one before it disappeared. And before they moved off as well, so that gave them the 10. Now it's up to Chaos Space Marines, turn 5. So we've got our command points. We've moved our regular Legionnaires up. Dark Apostles sat where he's 2, and the Havocs are back here. And we're all going to try and gun down these Guardians as that's our main threat. So we're going to go for sustained hits this time because we want as many shots as we can. So 8 shots of bolt guns. Ooh, look at that. Failed 2, but gaining 3 from sustained. Strength 4, toughness 3. Freeze. Actually, fortune's on them, so -1, so it would be 4s. Which is annoying, that's only giving us 2. And -0, so 4 up armor. Made both. Heavy bolter hitting on 4s. Just once. Wounding on 3s. So it's not strength 6, it's only strength 5. Wounds. No, -1 for fortune, so it doesn't wound. That didn't go as well as I thought. Bolt pistol from the chaplain. First off, leadership test. They're fine still. Bolt pistol from the chaplain, hits on a 3, wounds on a 3. No, it would have wounded on a 4 because it's -1 still. I keep forgetting. No matter what I'm shooting at, it's still going to be -1. Right, Reaper chain cannon. We're going to drop malicious volleys just in case. And we're going to Dark Pact, again sustained. So we'll go for freeze to hit. Rerolling 1s. And still no sustains. And strength 5 would be freeze down to 4s. Oh! Double O! Wow, 5 from the assault chain cannon. Nice. 4 of armor, I guess. I'm going to fate dice 1 of it. So 4 to go. And we just lose 2 Guardians. Actually, you know what? I'm going to command reroll 1 of those. We still lose 2 Guardians. And we'll lose these 2 here right against the building. And the bullet somehow went around the corner. Chaos shenanigans. Right, we will do the frag missile first. So it's D6 shots plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That does count as a model, so 5. So it's D6 plus 2 for 5. Hitting on freeze, rerolling 1s. And strength 4, I believe. Yes. So wounding on freeze down to 4s for fortune. Just the 1. Minus nothing, so 4 up armor. No. Another Guardian gone. And finally, las cannon hits and wounds, and it will kill a guardian. Because there's nothing they can do. Oh, actually, no. Could they? No, because it's -3 on a 4 down to a 7. So, yeah, no save whatsoever. Another guardian dead. We haven't killed enough, so it's going to have to do combat. Apostle wants a 3. Chaos Legionnaires want a 3. Leadership on the Havocs first, I forgot. They're fine on a 9. Right, Dark Apostle. He's in. And I'm going to go down to there. I know it puts me away from the objective. Chaos Legionnaires, they're in on a 4. Something, yeah. And they're going to go in like that, just so that they can get bodies on the objective. Right. This is the important bit. So we're going to, first off, command point whip fast reactions. Shooting phase or the fight phase. So -1 to hit. And because of fortune, we're -1 to wound. So chaplain or apostle first, hitting on 2s down to 3s. Ow! Wounding on 2s down to 3s. We do wound. Can I kill somebody? 4 down to 6. I should have fate dice my last 6 away for that. I do kill somebody. They're going to pile in, so it doesn't matter who I kill. So, yay, 3 extra victory points. Whether or not that'll tip the balance, I do not know. The Chaos Legionaries then all get 15 attacks in total with their close combat blades. And you know what? We're going to Dark Pacts again for a sustained. Because we've got a lot of attacks, there's going to be a good chance of 6s. There's a good chance of 6s. So, -1 to hit. So we hit on 4s instead of 3s. But we have 3 sustains for 3 extra hits. And normally we wound on 3s, but it's 4s. Ooh, 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 that's nice. That's pretty. Me likey. I've got a feeling this is going to be the time we fail our leadership test for a Dark Pact, because we've just got 9 wounds on the Guardians, and they're going to sacrifice 1 4. So they just have to roll 8 more 4s to try and survive. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead Guardians. So 2 wounds on the platform, I think. 3, 4, and 5, which will take them out of combat, sadly. These guys and the Farseer will get the pile in. Actually, it's only 3 up to that guy. Yes, just sweet. So. Leadership for the Dark Pact. Oh, no, I think we can pass it if we don't get 1. I jinxed myself. Yeah, you know what? We'll take it. D3 wounds. It's the big 3. We lose a guy. It's fine. Worth it! 2 Guardians and close combat weapons, getting 1 attack each on the Dark Apostle. Hitting once. Wounding. 3 up armor. Saved. Then we've got 2 attacks on the Farseer with her spear. Hitting on 2s. Missing once. I could have rolled it. I keep forgetting my fate dice. So, wounding. I'm going to guarantee... With the AP, is it worth guaranteeing a wound? I'll keep that 6 for later. And I'll wound anyway. Minus nothing, so 3 up armor. Saved. And yeah, my last-ditch attempt for victory isn't going to go well, so I'm going to have to conceding the Aeldari there. So we'll wrap it up. Bonus points then, the Chaos Space Marines get the 10 extra for holding that at the end of the game, giving them 30-43. Aeldari will get, because the Guardians are still alive at the start of their turn, they are sticky dats. They will score an extra 5, giving them 35-41. 41-43. It's close. That was insanely close. But yeah, I doubt they're going to fight their way through and get the objective at the end of the game. The Guardians and the Farseers just won't have the numbers or the combat ability to win out against the Legionnaires and the Apostle. There we go. It's a Chaos Space Marine victory here. So I need my pen and the sheet. So Archeotech Recovery. Chaos Space Marines versus Aeldari. So they have fought each other with a victory for Chaos. So there we go. That is it for issue 47. Hope you've enjoyed this video and this battle report. This one definitely went a lot better than previous ones, although I still have been filming for over an hour, so I'm gonna have to cut out quite a bit if I can and speed up other bits. But yeah, really close, really fun game. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time on more Combat Patrol Carnage. Goodbye.